Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Ladies and gentlemen, hello. I hope you all are doing well and having a good day so far. Wherever you may be, this place we call Earth. Whew. Not gonna lie, chat. Or ladies and gentlemen, sorry. This new schedule's already fucking me up. This new schedule's already fucking me up. Because I could not fall asleep until like fucking 3 o'clock in the morning today. So we are a little rough. However, we still have a job to do. Gotta make sure we do what we need to do here today. So yeah, that's why if you see me kind of like a little wobbly and shit like that, it's just because this new schedule's fucking me up. Oh, but you know what? Hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm gonna go. We're gonna shoot for three hours. I'll let you know if I end up not doing 3 hours. But hey, you know what? It is what it is. You know, we gotta do it. We gotta do what we gotta do. And I'm gonna stick it. I'm gonna stick through it. I'm gonna continue to push on. And we're just gonna enjoy. Hey, we're just gonna enjoy the stream as always. We are finally on Han Ying's chapter. Super excited to be on Soaring Beyond now. It's gonna be a short chapter, I believe. It's like 17 nodes, so I'm gonna be excited on how that's gonna go. I am going to boop, boop, boop. All right. And let me do one more thing. Okay. And this. And there we go. Oh, boom. Why is that? There we go. Okay. Anywho, also the so if you, I don't know if you guys saw it yesterday or yeah, but the next short film should be out this week. I'm gonna be working on it tonight when I get home. I tried going to bed like super early. I tried going to bed as soon as I got off work. That did not happen. So it was it's gonna be a tough schedule to try to make this work. But hey, you know what? We're gonna do what we can and control what I can control. But anywho, I don't want to waste any more time. Ladies and gentlemen, we are finally on ER7, Soaring Beyond. Hey, it's been a while. Anakin! Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. Hope you're doing well. How am I? I'm not gonna lie. I feel wonky. Just because the new work schedule is fucking me up. Fucking could not fall asleep till like 3 o'clock this morning. And then on top of that, trying to let's see. I tried going to bed early. My body was like, we're awake, and then I literally sat in my bed for like 2 hours. I'm like, I guess we're up, and then did some content, and then I fell asleep at like I think it was like 3:30. I think. So I'm a little out of it, but you know what? Hey, it's all good. I'm sorry to hear that, dude. Hey, you know what? It is what it is. Just gotta roll with the punches. On top of that, my nose is stuffy, so this is very fun. Is there any way they change your schedule again? Not for like months. Not for months. So I realistically probably won't get changed until like springtime. Until springtime. So it's gonna be a very interesting winter for my job. And it doesn't help that I'm choosing at 11. It felt fucking weird. I'm not gonna lie, it felt weird telling my ma, I'll see you tomorrow, when I don't see her at all now. So that's fucking weird for me to be able to, for me saying that to her as I'm walking out the door saying, I'll see you tomorrow, instead of I'll see you tonight. So I don't see my family at all now, which is fucking insane. So we're gonna see what happens. We're gonna see what happens this week, and depending on how this week goes, it'll be interesting on what's gonna happen. Try not to bump yourself out fully, then, dude. If you need to change streaming schedule, don't worry. Family's more important for sure. Yeah, 100%. And I thank you for that, Etikin. Really do. It'll be interesting on what's gonna happen this winter. But you know what? Only time will tell what's really gonna happen. Like I said, once I do a full week of this schedule, or once I do a full week of being onto this night shift stuff, on top of juggling all the content, that's when I'll know, like, okay, we need to make some pivots here. So it'll be, like I said, it'll be very interesting what's gonna happen, but I'm gonna try not to bum myself out too much, just because I know that, you know, this is happening for a reason. But I also have the power to change that. And if I need to make some changes, then I will. But hope you get used to it, dude. Hopefully it ends well for everything. Yeah, me too. It just sucks because my sleep schedule's fucked now. Like I said, I didn't fall asleep till like 3:30 in the morning. And I'm still out of it. But you know what? Hey, it is what it is. I knew these moments were gonna happen. I knew these moments were coming. I gotta be grateful when times are good, and I gotta be graceful when times are bad. I'm not saying that this is a bad moment, but I just gotta be graceful right now, and everything will work itself out. It's gotta go with the flow. I can see you're a bit tired. Yeah, like I said, this new schedule is gonna fuck my sleep schedule up for a minute, but you know what? It is what it is. All right, I don't want to waste any more time. I want to at least get this started. I'm super excited to see Han Ying get another floating record. When I first saw her, she looked really good, and I really tried hard not to play her just because I wanted to experience her in the chapter instead of experiencing her out of Warzone or the Pancage. So that's why I like a lot of the new characters that I have that are debuted. I don't play them just because I want to play them in the story and learn their moveset in the story. Like that's how it worked for Bridget. That's how it's been for was for Luna. That's how it is for Lucia. I haven't played her new frame at all. So I've seen you finish Lunia plus Bridget chapter. Did you like them? Bridget chapter I really enjoyed. Kind of confused about the Butler thing. We didn't really know anything else about the Butler thing, but I didn't mind it though. Didn't mind the boss fight. Luna's chapter absolutely gold. A lot of questions. A lot more questions than answers. However, you know, in the video, like I said, I feel like we'll get more answers in chapter 31. Super excited to see what's gonna happen there. I'm really interested to see what's gonna happen with Han Ying here. Because we know that she got stabbed. We know her consciousness were put in the tabula kasha. I believe I believe her body came back, so she's alive. But I don't know how. One, she got this new skin, okay, new coating or frame. And then on top of that, is she still with the Church of Machina, or is she fully with Kowloon now? That's the $1 million question. Oh, but I meant to ask, how was your vacation? I hope you had a great vacation. Hope you guys were all safe. Hope you had a lot of fun. And yeah, I hope the vacation was good. Because I know you were gone for a little bit and you said that you were going. Han Ying is an interesting chapter. Top boss for sure too. I'm sure you'll enjoy the story development with her too. Ooh, okay, cool. I'm sure the cutscenes and the story battle log is also pretty good. My vacation was nice, thanks. Last exam soon, so hopefully they go, hey, you know what? That's on the final push. Final push to relax for a little bit on exams wise, so it's glad to see that you're on the end stretch now for it. I know you're always studying well, and I hope for the best for you. I will pray that the exams go well for you, so that way, when you're done, you can enjoy the moment knowing that those exams are done. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We are now on episode 1 of Soaring Beyond. Let me make sure everything's working well. Boom. Okay. Now, to me, this is background already. This does not look like Kowloon. This looks like somewhere completely different. Maybe the Church of Machina? So, and we're already starting off with the battlefield. Or with a battle. So that means we're going to hear Han Ying. So I'm so happy to hear her. I like her voice actress a lot. Her voice actress does an amazing job. By the way, last thing, I don't know if you play the EU server. I don't. I play on the NA server. But I managed to get the top 10 in the Virgil event. Holy shit. Now top 11. Suggest you try in the future. Very fun. Damn. Well, that's big ups right there. Congrats on getting on the top 10, top 11 on the event. That's insane. I don't know where I would place or where I would rank if I really decided to hone in on that. But I'll have to give it a try when we do the DMC event. We still have to do that. We still have to do the event. We still have to do Lucia's coding after her main story. So it's going to be interesting. That said, I hope you enjoy the chapter. Every chapter's got its own unique little flavor that is unique in its way. Like I said, 21's chapter was not my favorite, but it was unique. But all right, here we go. Episode 1, Rusty Snowfield. Here we go. Our some engines never drop a figure, nor looms a stitch. The machine is brisk and active. Its patience never gives in. Its might stronger than combined hundreds, and swifter than the flight of birds. It is man's eyes, or is it the big screen engine which have revealed to us the existence of worlds beyond, worlds infinity? What has made man familiar with the scenery of the moon, the spots on the sun, or the geography of the planets? They lend you constructs so you can play free to play too. Oh, they do? That's nice. So it's kind of like a simulated siege where they lend you the constructs. That's a nice touch. Or again, is it the eye or the little C engine, which has shown us the existence of infinity-minute organisms which swarm unsuspected around us? Who could say that the vapor engine has not a kind of conscience? Erwan by Samuel Butler. I don't know that book, if that's a reference to anything. Ooh. To Shlovsky Aerospace City. Okay, so we're next to the Arctic Route Union then. Ooh, excuse me. She opens her eyes. The chill of mounting sun surges in, flooding this dark chamber untouched by natural light. A fine drizzle drips from the ceiling, remnants of last night's dew. But right now, she just wants to forget everything that happened in that wide world under the clear blue sky. Dimitri? It sounds like an artist name. We need to leave, Miss Yula. Code. Miss Yula, my kin... Whoop. There we go. Miss Yula, my kin can show up here at any moment. Russian names? Okay. I was gonna say, I know, like, they have to be somewhere with that, since we're all in the Arctic Route Union, so it had to be some type of names around that. I am sorry for your loss, but we're already out of time. The Buckanoid carefully opens the door. Right now, the newly appointed governor has likely mustered every guard at the center square to witness the traitor's punishment. It is a dangerous move. If the new governor catches wind of this, even Dmitri himself may not escape unscathed. But he must protect Eula at all cost. Let's go. I like the music already. Sets a tone. Really nice. Danny! Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. I hope you're having a good one so far. YouTube was a little late notifying me. Man, that's weird. That's weird, YouTube's goofing up like that, but I can't do anything about it. But glad to have you here. To the 2 people on Kick, welcome. To the 5 people on Kick. To the 5 people on YouTube, welcome. Welcome. Hope y'all well. You know what? Hey, it's a rough start, but we're here. I'm here. Rough start, but it is what it is. We got to keep on pushing. Yeah, it did not notify me, but just 5 minutes ago. Damn. Well, you know what? You didn't miss much. We just started we just started the floating record, but I was just telling Erican that the new schedule's already fucking me up already, but I can't do nothing right now. It is what it is. Just gotta continue to roll with the punches. At this point, I just log on YouTube when I know he should. Yeah, YouTube know. Yeah, I was saying that's weird that YouTube's being goofy like that. I wonder if it's like if I could do anything on the back end to try to help that out, but I'm not sure. All right, here we go. The girl slips out from her hidden underground refugee, with the mechanoid leaving the city far behind. These cramped alleyways can barely contain the rising tide of hatred. A device originally built to slice through metal now traps human bodies begins its grisly work. You lot, come here. They haven't done anything wrong. One way or another, someone has to shoulder the burden. The man's voice carries a heavy weariness, tinged with despair so subtle it almost goes unnoticed. But you have to stay alive no matter what. He stares intently at the pale girl in front of him. Tell me you understand. I understand. I love you, Eula. I love you too, Dad. A crimson mist spatters over the melting snow. Mechanoid guards stand watch as bystanders bow their head, hiding their faces. But the girl knows these cowards who watch her father die must be wearing ugly, relieved smiles at their own survival. From an urgent message from Cal Long, Leonid, the young director of Tusklovsk Aerospace City, is first informed about the newly discovered punishing virus. Fortunately, this city, established for aerospace projects, remains untouched by the punishing virus. For now, like New Murmansk, thanks to the strategic location. Following the shared blueprints, a central purification filter swiftly rises to ward off the virus. Snow peaks and dense forests serve as natural barriers, while sentry turrets repel most corrupted. Thus, fear stirs the city, only briefing before settling. But soon, everyone realizes that the punishing virus isn't the only horror humanity must reckon with in this age. I was gonna say, you got corrupted people on top of that. I really like this music. It sets the tone really, really nice. A control screen delivering the final judgment hangs above the glass partition. On the operating table, a bound mechanoid awaits its fate. Researchers, their faces hidden behind thick polypropylene, calibrate the dispensed gear. Leonid stands in the monitoring room on this side of the partition, eyeing the massive screens, yet he swears the air has a faint whiff of disinfect. He presses his thumb against the temple, realizing his face feels more like a morgue than a machinery operation room. As the equipment is fully calibrated, should they initiate the procedure? Is the research on those more progressing? The unexpected question catches the assistant director off guard. Though he dislikes talking to the new superior, he quickly gathers the facts and delivers a flawless answer. Mechanical language experts are comparing every image symbol in the archives that they can decode in binary, searching for any hidden triggers. So, what do you think? Boss, it's fine, just answer the question. To be honest, my opinion doesn't really matter. Everyone in the city, they all say it has nothing to do with those morals. These abnormal mechanoids panic all the time. Everyone believes those deranged machines from outside are the ones bringing the virus into the city. Following your orders, the maintenance team has tried every possible method, including your direct command inputs, in an effort to connect with the errant mechanoids. But they only repeat those incomprehensible words. The city's entire lifeline relies on the automated system, and any disruption could lead to dire consequences. Because the communicator is off, the brief delay clearly sparks a small commotion on the other end of the partition. Beyond the partition, the executors turn on their polypropylene mask toward the control room, awaiting the command to carry out the sentence. The worried man realizes he's left something slip. He glances at the nearby young man, who studies him with a thoughtful expression. The assistant director pauses briefly, then states his final conclusion in plain, direct words. I still say we go in first. Who cares if they're unhinged or not? We send them all off, or if we're scrapping. That means that we still don't know what's really going on inside their heads. Leonard watches the restrained mechanoid and furrow his brow. He fears there's more to these so-called mad mechanoids than meets the eye. What could they be thinking? A machine brain just meant to run code. If the order says to do something, they're supposed to do it. What if we just shut down the network first? That would help. I suspect that before the outbreak, someone or something already crept in here and planted these things that are causing the error codes. The assistant director watches the monitor, fearing the bound mechanoid might spring up like those corrupted outside and wipe everyone in the city. Isn't Aerospace City supposed to be an impenetrable fortress? Even though he understands what Leonard is questioning, the assistant director feels a surge of inexplicable frustration at Leonard's constant hesitation. He's always thought that the ridiculously young supervisor will never get the heart of the problem, always veering off into pointless doubts when it matters most. If there is a threat, just destroy it. He firmly believes that this is the only reason humanity still stands after calamities. Boss, this mechanoid tried to break into the central launch control room. He emphasizes those 4 words, central control room. You know what it said when the maintenance crew asked their routine questions, don't you? I am autonomous machine SDC-039. Break free from restraints. Spread the will of Sage. For the rise of the will of the mechanoids. Oh boy. The rise of the will of the mechanoid machines! The man, worn down by a series of relentless ordeals, paces back and forth in anxious desperation. The rise of the will of machines! So what do humans? What do we do? Are we really gonna give up our own city to them? If we don't act now, they'll just stand by until they swarm in like those endless corrupted outside. A massacre every last one of us. If Leonard still insists on making one final desperate stand. There's no room for ifs anymore, boss. Under this lockdown, everyone's nerves are taut. They need a decisive outcome. A tense, eerie silence settles in. To Sloth, Aerospace City has remained out of touch with Kowloon for a long while. They briefly received some data from Kowloon, but then the line went dead again. Despite Arctic Route Union's offer to collaborate, Leonard, after careful negotiation, refused to open Aerospace City or deepen their partnership. He wouldn't risk compromising the foolproof security that had protected them so far. Aside from SDC-39, none of the other abnormal mechanoids display any hostility. Leonard, I think I know what you're thinking, but we no longer have time to do this. Keen curiosity is unknown territory is essential for any researcher, but this city holds more than our experiments. It also shelters every human left behind. With Bifrost forced to halt construction, most heavy machinery is redirected for logistics to ensure people's basic needs. As the virus spreads, hostility towards machine mechanoids has soared beyond control. We have stopped some of them dismantling units out of anger, but if this continues... If the public discovers that the mechanoids are displaying these alarming signs right now... He takes a deliberate breath, letting out a sigh as his eyes flicker toward the director beside him. While the news about the abnormal mechanoids hasn't spread yet, we shouldn't execute its destruction. From the very start, we never had a real choice, do we? The punishing virus and these abnormal mechanoids that appear out of nowhere. Nobody would think they're unrelated. When humanity and survival weigh on them, there's really only one option left. I just hope we're not the ones destroying our own opportunity with our own hands. The director presses the command button while beside him, the anxious man furrowed brows refuse to ease. A burst of white noise crackles through the communicator, followed by a piercing sound of metal being cut. The polypropylene masks glimmer under the spray of oxidized metal as orange and blue tracers streak across the cramped laboratory, ricocheting off the metal walls. A wave of nostalgia hits Leonard. As the plasma gun touches the sensor core of the Mechanoid's helmet-stripped head, a synthetic voice breaks through the noise over the broadcast. Though broken and halting, each word remains distinctly intelligible. I am Autonomous Mechanoid SDC-39, activated on February 24th at Tashklovsk Aerospace City. The annual average perception of the Sahara region is less than 100 millimeters. What I mean is, it worked backward too. Sorry, I don't quite feel clear ahead right now. My teacher is Dr. Londu. You can call me the Hangman. That's the name they gave me. Oh, wow. Okay, so Dr. Londu made him, and he was the card of the Hangman. My first words, my teacher said to me, were a quote from Alexei Lenov. The earth was small, light blue, and so touchingly alone. The Mechanoid's voice cuts off abruptly. Its limb and torso is already dismantled, and the executors pause their work. The tension in Leonard's nerves suddenly eases, but his mind is too drained to function. Good morning, Dr. Landu. I am SDC-39. A sudden voice echoes beyond from the wall. Mechanical and rigid, yet the words flow with an unsettling smoothness. I'm ready to start today's first class. The Mechanoid's processor melts into intense flames, and a deathly silence quickly falls over the laboratory. In the not-too-distant future, as Mechanoid restraints bind Leonard's limbs, that voice still echoes in his mind. Along with it comes the vision of what he saw when he first entering Aerospace City. Researchers' facility stood tall, gleaming golden in the early winter sun. At the center of the scene, the towering structure supported the newly constructed accelerator track, stretching upward toward the clouds. That was a brand new world. Everything unfamiliar yet vibrant, with the rail stretching like a magnificent bridge to a distant shore. Just like a bridge to heaven. Okay. From here, the majestic bridge is still visible in the distance. Mechanoids scurry busily around Bifrost, while very few weary humans shuffle past. Both humans and Mechanoids are gathered in the city to witness the brutal execution, leaving the small corner completely unnoticed. The girl takes one last look at the city her father dedicated his life to, then turns away in silence. Moving swiftly, Dmitri leads the girl to a landfill on the outskirts of the city where he has settled a secret hideout. Abandoned crane steel structures loom over the factory amidst this jungle of rusted iron, where many limbless mechanoid rummage around for energy modules looking like dwarf scavengers in their relentless search. They move slowly, but their behavior is far from orderly. Some of them even emit a synthetic groan after stumbling. The girl isn't surprised, knowing that the mechanoid beside her has been harboring awakened machines. In fact, Dmitri exhibits traits remarkably similar to her father, and it is that very same kindness that led her father's demise. As the calmly coldness creeps over her skin, it sparks an idea in the girl's mind. She decides to test her mechanoid's friend's ability to empathize in her own unique way. It's cold here, Miss Eula. The mechanoid before her freezes up for a moment, unsure how to respond to her question. When humans express that they are cold, the appropriate first response should be to offer them the possible means to keep warm. Though the girl's demeanor remains cold, her words carry a hint of gentle reproach. I'm sorry. You don't need to apologize. What I've done for you doesn't deserve much dedication in return. Miss Eula. The mechanoid repeats the girl's name in a stiff, mechanical voice. Miss Eula. After a brief pause, the mechanoid's voice returns to its usual cadence. My programmed mission is to maintain Bifrost's power system, but though these morals, I first heard the voice of Sage. You saved me, and I will protect you in return. This is the conclusion I've reached. But you are not my servant. Not servant. I am sister or a brother. I am a friend. After another pause and a long calculation, Dmitri arrives at this conclusion. It's not worth taking such a big risk, Dima. You should learn to be more selfish. So we got Dimitra, then we got Dima. Or Dmitri, then Dima. Okay. Selfish. Dimitri's language system briefly glitches into silence. What does it mean to be selfish? It means making yourself the center of everything, caring about your own well-being and defending your interests even if it hurts others. Dimitri equals Dima. Oh, okay. So it's like a nickname in a sense, or shorten it for order. Angela equals Angie. It's a nick. Yeah, I was gonna say it's like a nickname then. Okay. Thank you, Danny, for clearing that up. So, Miss Hula, do you regret stealing me away from the laboratory? Yes, perhaps I do regret it. Because that decision, it costed me the chance to ever be truthful with my father about everything. He was against dismantling mechanoids that showed signs of awakening. As long as you meant no harm, he would rather try to communicate than destroy. But he knew that what the public wanted, and because he wasn't selfish enough, he never became the rebel he could have been. If only they had known awakened machines could possess such intelligence as yours. But there's no if. The spherical sensors beneath the mechanoid's helm swivel left and right at the unnatural pace, as if desperately trying to mimic human body language. I miss your father. He was a gentle soul. And it was the so-called gentleness that led him to neither stop SDC-39's execution nor issue the extermination order against your kind when the mechanoids went completely haywire. Seeking resolution through mediation is a more civilized approach than violence. Did he fancy himself as a messiah? When humans slapped his right cheek with their doubts, he turned his left cheek for the mechanoids to flog. He could never seem to make up his mind. Then he just left me behind. He must care about you a lot, Miss Eula. Running away from responsibilities thrust upon him while expecting his loved ones to live on, that's true selfishness. The logic leap or too erratic beyond what the mechanoid can comprehend. His memory shell begins processing its cache, searching for a way to change the subject. You mentioned humanity's belief system. I believe sage and God are one of the same. Perhaps. You said that the sage resides in the heavens, just like our God. During this slow conversation, the mechanoid discovers an old blanket in the abandoned security booth of the factory and gently drapes it over Eula's shoulders. This action feels a bit late, and the frost on the blanket shows a lack of consideration. I will gather all the basic necessities humans require one by one. As for the food, that shouldn't be difficult to find either. You learn so quickly, just like a human child. I cannot comprehend this analogy, Miss Eula. I wish Dad could see you now. He will see it, Miss Eula. You once told me about the origin of the name Bifrost, your father. Perhaps he's already watching over us from God's side. Wow, that's crazy. The girl falls silent, placing her hand on the mechanoid's helmet visor and gently running her fingers over his rough glass surface. The mechanoid gently leans his frame toward the girl, quietly overloading his engine to maintain a warm surface temperature and a perfect, comforting silence. The girl imagines she's still in that familiar embrace. He will, Dima. He will. Ooh. Blurred, scattered lights dance before her eyes. In this moment, frozen in time, everything feels ethereal and distant. Is that my girl? Is that my girl, Han Ying? Oh yes, this is a very long chapter in terms of reading. I hope it's not a problem. Oh no! It was too good to be true for him saying it was 17 nodes. Son of a bitch. That's fine. That's not a problem. I just gotta go at my own pace, you know. I can't force the reading to, I can't force it, you know. It's gotta come natural. It's gotta come flowing. So, we do what we can then. This may take a minute, but that's all right. I like the music already. Ooh, kind of amping it up. Her consciousness floats aimlessly, unable to find any point of reference or anchor itself to any coordinate. Just don't rush it, dude. All right? Yeah. Oh yeah. I was I'm not gonna rush. I'm gonna take my time. I'm gonna read what I can. If I feel like that my brain is pooped out of reading, then hey, then it's done for that day. So I mean, I learned from my previous mistakes of in terms of streaming for like 6 hours on Saturdays. I learned my mistake from that. It is short overall, just long in terms of reading. Yeah, yeah. I was gonna say I learned my lesson from streaming all those hours on Saturdays. I just gotta learn to enjoy that moment and do it my own pace. A sharp pain radiates from her neck, spreading like cracks throughout her body, gnawing away at her once complete soul, leaving countless gaps in its wake. Memories pour endlessly from these gaps, blood-red vivid memories saturated with pain. Perhaps these memories fade away, or perhaps as these memories fade away, the pain will dissipate with them. She suddenly realizes that this isn't the fragments of her memories that have left her behind. It is her who is drifting away from them. It is like sinking into an ocean of thick ink. She desperately reaches out, yet her fingers grasp nothing but darkness. Even fear itself drowns in the abyss. The water surface suddenly sparks. Is that light? She doesn't miss that fleeting glimmer, clutching the beam of light tightly in her chest. They rise together higher and higher. Oh, it's Life 2G right off the rip? Okay. Show me the whole goddamn thing. Diffused artificial light floods the cabin freely, outlining the perfect creation within its newborn cocoon. Okay. They decided to go for a banger intro. Oh, yeah, say this is one way to start it. Though her consciousness remains hazy, the question in mind slips out immediately. Where am I? Oh my goodness. What a woman, ladies and gentlemen. In the stockings, god damn! Warm and tranquil, a liquid gently caresses her skin. All right, for all you Gripper fans, y'all getting some good treat right now. Synthetic hair strands dance like aquatic creatures, flowing gracefully between fingertips. The space offers no answers to her question, bringing only more confusion instead. This frame looks different from before. Just as insects in nature emerge from their chrysalises, I think, as butterflies, the renewal of this body brings forth the same sensation. Is this an incubation pod for the new frame? The gentle waves around her lift her slightly tingling feet, and awareness of her surroundings begins to return. The silence in here is overwhelming, unnaturally deep and unsettling. No whirling of machinery from the magic workshop, no familiar calls from Xavier. Initiating initial diagnosis. So this reminds me of like Shadow being in the pod. Sensory systems normal, power systems normal, core operations normal, signal transmission normal, memory module abnormal, buffer memory loss detected. Right, that nightmare just now. Seems like something was deleted. An ominous feeling suddenly creeps over her. Combat system, normal. The punishing concentration. Why is it so high? Ha! Oh boy. It feels like a closed compartment with something outside pushing against it. A thunderous crash echoes from below. Ooh, okay. Wasn't expecting... Not what I was expecting, but you know what? We take it. What was that noise just now? Pushing aside the overturned metal sheet, the glance downward reveals several strange-looking creatures gathered around the flipped compartment below. No time to think. I need to deal with this crisis first. Okay, we get to fight right off the rip. Hell yeah. Oh, it's not English! Son of a bitch, mate. Oh! Hey! Okay. I mean, I don't mind. Ooh, wait, quick control of silence chord mode. While in chord mode, tap basic attack to delete the launch of the 4 consecutive strike. First, hold basic attack to move damage. Okay. Ping red or yellow orbs is considered as pinging the same number of white orbs. After pinging 6 white orbs, we'll place red orbs. Pinging them will activate the field. Each time, 3 mark will automatically add to the enemies within the field. Okay.
I must find my rhythm again.
Okay, well there we go. There's that.
I'll give it a shot.
Oh, okay. Well, now we got it. Now we're English.
Is my blade.
Hey! Well, at least it gives me a tutorial. Most normal PGR awakening. True, true. Okay, while in attack mode, tap the basic. At least it tells me, like, hey, this is how you're gonna use her. Oh!
Its resounding echoes will annihilate all vain illusions.
Gosh, she looks so good.
I may be able to pass through there. Should I go take a look?
God damn, she looked good with her hair down. I wish this was her base form. If she had this, this would be very nice. All right, let's look around.
Is it this way?
No, but we gotta probably deal with this guy. Okay.
Shattered illusion. Shattered illusion.
Bop, bop, bop. What is that? What's that little light?
I must find my rhythm again.
Oh, is it that?
A necklace with a bullet pendant? Someone must have dropped it accidentally. I'll bring it with me.
The mini-map is being used for the first time as a trial feature in the main story of the stage, just to display the record various points within the stage. Interacting with objects or following the target points to provide additional information. Okay. Oh yeah, these levels are full of secrets. I was gonna say they've added Easter eggs ever so slightly each time.
These transport vehicles might still be in danger. I have to find out where they are now.
Okay, so we don't need to go there yet. That guy got fucked. Okay, well, we're gonna look around then. We're gonna look at Vision 10 crates, titanium, or 10 crates, earth, mines. Okay. Instead of the gun that flew off with his hand, his blurred family photo lasting held on before he died. Ouch. Okay. Okay, can't go in there. That's fine though. I do like how they are getting more and more detailed with these stages, and with more like cinematic, like little cinematic views.
Still some hetero creatures left.
It is very nice to see how far we've come.
Still the spring. Shattered illusion. Still
Oh, oh, those are new. Whoa, what the fuck are those?
Still the spring. Shattered illusion.
Okay. Gotta go this way. Do you need help with her attacker mode, or did you get it from the tutorial? I got it from the tutorial, but I think I'm still stuck on her.
Tire tracks? They're a mess. There are high concentrations of punishing virus on those tracks. The hetero. I should check out that area.
Well, god damn it, I was trying to listen to her. I'll have to look at her thing whenever when I do the fighting again. I wouldn't be surprised if it's fully intelligent frames either.
Time is running out. I need to make sure the convoy is safe.
Hey!
Still the spring. Shattered illusion.
What the fuck? I know I have it here. Spring noise, press and hold attack, rotate form, continuously tap signature, press and hold signature. I'm holding the signature, it didn't do shit.
Still the spring. Shattered illusion. Still the spring.
Spam the O button when the gauge is full. Yeah, I was gonna say I've been like, it's not prompting the O to be even going off. So I wonder if I still haven't quote unquote unlocked the ult yet. Okay, we already got that. Good here. I'm curious to why Han Ying was at these. Was at this forest?
They should be nearby.
Like, what the hell was she doing all the way out here in this forest? And these cutscenes go fucking crazy.
待ってください。敵はありません。
銃を下ろせ。おい、急流人のようだ。まずは戻ろう。
They just taking it like, all right, whatever.
Just a human. Come with us then.
God damn, what does that look?
Feel free to walk around.
I see. Thank you.
Talk to the soldier at the camp entrance to end the stage to proceed to the next chapter at any time. The minimap action is enabled before entering the camp will temporarily hide achievement-related points on the map. These points only will display when you meet the conditions. Okay.
Is this place? There's so many strange things happening. I should investigate this area first.
Damn, them hits are moving. Here's a full achievement. Here it is, full of achievements, or am I wrong? Are you talking about like this one? Or what we just saw? So I have to meet the requirements. Don't know what the requirements are, but okay. Oh my, this goes down for a minute. Okay, I guess we're gonna go down now. I remember it took a while because I didn't find the mini map for a while. Are you talking about the thing, like the thing I'm already looking at? I can't even look at it, can I?
My peapod probably needs tuning. I should play something to check if it's in tune.
Oh, please tell me we get to do something with it. Nice. Okay.
Such a beautiful piece. It reminds me of Kowloon.
Kowloon? I thought it was Kowloon.
Are you from Kowloon too?
Yeah, I ended up here
Protect
after
the
Kowloon
soldiers.
fell during the punishing virus outbreak.
Okay, I'll have to look after this.
Oh man, how lucky I am to hear the sound of Pipa in this remote place. You're a talented musician, man.
You have to I have to stand by them? Okay.
I appreciate it. You mentioned this is a remote place. Do you know where we are?
Ah, dude, they're even doing like character interaction where they're moving. Such a nice little detail. Oh, it's the small things that make this a lot better.
We're still in Kowloon territory, but we're far away from Kowloon City itself. Humans have a hard time here. You'll understand when we arrive in the city.
Okay. Can I go this way? Or is it already done? I remember when I played this, it was only Japanese VA, not to see the English. Nice, dude. Okay, cool. That's good to know that I'm only here that it was originally Japanese VA, which I don't mind whatsoever. But it is cool to see that they are English dubbed now. Same, but I always play JP anyway. Yeah, that's how I used to play JP, and then when I seen English dub come out, I'm like, hey, let's give it a shot. So I don't mind at all whatsoever. All right, let's go check these other ones out. Let's see what I'm missing here. Wait, observer's point.
What exactly are the supplies
I see what you mean now.
we're moving for?
Keep your mouth shut. You'll know soon enough.
Are they planning something?
Okay.
Why are we even hauling all this scrap metal all the time?
Stop guessing what those toasters in the city want.
Because there was multiple
Something's
patches in
not
there.
right. Why is the convoy only delivering scrap metal?
So an observation here. Okay, guess we're done there. I think there's one more spot, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think so. No, I think that's all of it. Okay, that's all of it. Then we're gonna move on with this next mission.
Are you ready to go? Get in. We'll take you somewhere safe.
City and stars. I don't think there's more, but yeah, the reason why she's here will be answered soon. Okay, cool. Good to know. Good to know. So the transport wasn't carrying cargo, but a living person. Are you alright, miss? She'll see you as cargo. By the way, why are you in this transport? My memories are a bit hazy. Do you know where you are? You've got any companions? Would you like to come with us? Yeah, well, you showed half this much enthusiasm during combat. You must be disoriented to find yourself here like this. Take a moment to rest while you scout the perimeter. He drags his companion away by the ear. This appears to be a temporary camp set up by the human soldiers. Most of them were scattered around for a perimeter, carrying around their scouting mission, leaving the camp almost empty. Yo, my students arrive. If you are still streaming in a couple hours, I'll be back. Have a nice day. Hey, all good. We will see you around. Enjoy the teaching. We will see you around. Have a nice day, a nice evening, a nice afternoon. We'll see you around. Take care. All love. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to continue on. This should be safe for now. I was too busy with the battle earlier to finish my self-diagnosis. She finds a quiet spot in the temporary camp, making sure no one is around, and sits down. Lines of data stream to her visual model. The buffer area is damaged, but some fragments are still readable. Let's see what exactly happened. Jasenka! Hello! Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. Hope you're having a good one so far. You are just in time. We are very slowly working our way through Han Ying's chapter, so you didn't miss much. Okay. Sensor ZX5, sensor. Oh yeah, I forgot. I had his. I'm not gonna do his voice model because I think I like his country accent more whenever I'm not doing it. But how are you? Hope you're having a good one so far. You didn't miss much, like I said. I'm also not gonna lie. Doing this new work schedule's fucking me up a little bit. So I may be out of it every now and then, but we're still here and I'm gonna do what I can. Also, I like the red shirt. Hey, thank you. My ma got it while they were out in Alaska for a cruise. Oh, God. I want to say a couple months ago. So, and they always wanted to try. They went to, I believe it was, pub, or what like a broth, what they call it, and ended up getting a shirt like this. So they got my brother one, they got my sister one, they got me one. I'm like, hey, cool, I'll take it. So I really like it. I wear this pretty much when I can. Plus red, I like red. I'm not trying to brag or anything. It fits me. It looks good on me. But yeah, I thank you, Kasenka. Thank you for the compliment. And I'm also wearing. I'm big into fashion, right? I'm not gonna lie. I am big into fashion. You will all see that in due time. And I ain't gonna say nothing else on that because it's part of the story that I am writing. But anyhow, thank you, Kasenka. Anyhow, we are gonna continue on. So Xavier, I need his country voice, and because he's got the top hat. All right, here we go. ZX65 sensor. Oh no. Let's try ZX66. ZX67? Ah, yes. This is perfect in size. No, I still can't fit the circuitory. ZX68, 69, 70, ZX7953. Ah, this is it. Now we only have the 95 of the coal long parts left to replace, as long as I can find the right components. Spooner. She gives a slight nod to the humanoid hybrid mechanoid who pushes through the door and then turns her gaze back to the busy Xavier. What are you two doing here? Xavier's helping me replace some damaged parts. My frame has been acting up ever since I got impaled by the Emperor. Okay, so she lived. That two-faced bastard. I've never trusted him. Spooner lets out a sigh. Oh, you should get a new frame, Han Yang. Huh? Your old frame is becoming a bit too difficult to maintain. Many of its parts are too outdated, and finding replacements is nearly impossible. Even Kowloon replied the other day, they're saying they can't source any spare parts anymore. This frame's manufacturing process is incredibly intricate, which means the technology is too specialized. As a result, its components are equally unique and specific. So much time has passed, and Kowloon has gone through too many upheavals and conflicts. All the related documents are lost. Even Lady Puao's request, the task still seems nearly impossible. Maybe you should consider getting a new frame, honey. So, I've already gotten a new frame. Okay, so we know how she got the new frame then. Despite being participated in the frame's design, her fragmented memories continue to splinter the little recollection she has left. Han Ying unconsciously furrows her brow as she runs her fingers over the mechanical joint at the back of her neck. This frame is just as human-like as her previous one, so much so that even human soldiers cannot tell she's a mechanoid through the visual observation alone. And then... oh god, what was his voice? What was his voice that I did for him? It's been a minute since I've seen Cervantes. Villa using ancient materials to build her. But I mean, wasn't that like... well, okay, it was rare materials back in the day. But you would think that it would be more common now, but I guess not. So it makes sense why she had to get a new frame at this point, because the materials were still very scarce and and limited. So it makes sense. Okay, I think I got it. You are right. Villa is just old. Yeah, he was old when he wanted that stuff. Okay, here we go. I think the cocoon technology you developed before might come in handy. I think that was his voice. I don't remember. Oh, wow. That's brilliant. I almost forgot about that thing. The process of replacing the frame will require you to go into temporary sleep. Your memories will be stored in a buffer during that time, and if everything goes smoothly, you'll be able to access them all when you wake up. Cervantes shouldn't be in the Church of Machina. The communication module remains silent as fragmented images slowly emerge from the buffer area. Anything sophisticated fits Cervantes. Yeah, I would say it's like he's mysterious and very methodical in what he says. Cervantes, where are you right now? I'm heading back to the church now. Some things are better discussed in person, so let's talk when I return. Another gap in my memory banks. Her eyes lower as she processes the current situation. Hey there, lady. You're, from Kalong, right? The excited girl bounces back to Han Ying's side like a lively little animal after finishing her task. The scouting is done. We're ready to take down this temporary camp. If you don't have anywhere else to go for now. The soldier eyes Han Ying with visible caution, taking a moment to choose his next words carefully. He gives that vibe. Yeah, I was gonna say, he gives that vibe as like he's always planning his next move, always keeping to himself, always thinking. Our convoy is heading back to the aerospace city. We can give you a ride part of the way. Aerospace city? The name rings a bell in her scattered memories. In that case, thank you. Then this gives her time to sort through the memory shards in her buffer area while on the road. Okay, we got all three. Nice. Okay, here we go. Key in Firefly episode 2. Xavier, come play with us. Xavier, why is Han Ying sleeping again? Oh, I'll be good, kids. I'll play with you once she wakes up. Strange, though. The gray tower data flowing through the cocoon seems irregular. Oi, leave my hat alone! The little mechanoid's laughter fades into the depths of darkness. Oh boy. Further ahead, the data in the buffer area becomes completely unreadable. Han Ying still passing as a human. Yep, even now, even with her new frame, she still damn near looks like a fucking human. Which is insane! But I guess they were paying homage to Viller when they did it. So it makes sense. But I really like her design, though. Her design is very shifukisu. In the temporary camp where human soldiers have stationed here, Han Ying sits quietly, processing her readable memories. Whatever happened must have occurred while I was in the dormancy. Xavier must know something about this. If I could just contact the church. Keeping away from the chattering soldiers, she attempts to contact Xavier. Unexpectedly, all that comes through on the communication line is a faint, crackling sound of static. Strange, I can't get through. She tries to contact several other Church of Machina members, but each attempt returns to no connection. So elegant, so sensual, so sensational. Only one left to try. Her last memory, Cervantes was traveling with not the other Church of the Machina. The chances of reaching him are now almost the slimmest. Cervantes? Through the static-filled transmission, Cervantes' face appears increasingly pale. Han Ying. Ah, you are finally awake. I think this was his voice when I did it. Cervantes, I can't reach Xavier and all communication within the church has gone down. What's happening? I'm not sure either. The church members have always depended on the network system centered around the Great Tower for communications. A blackout of this magnitude probably means something has gone wrong with the Great Tower itself. In the best case scenario, the Great Tower has activated signal blocking to protect against an attack. Worst case is, well, you can see, I'm on my way back to the church to find out for sure. So you're not at the church either? Yes, it looks like the signal blocking only affects transmissions close to the Great Tower. That's why we can still communicate normally here. After you got your frame replaced, I got a message from Sage and was getting ready to head back to the church. But when I tried to reach Xavier after that, I couldn't get through him anymore. I see. So you don't know what happened while I was in the dormancy either? You were in a severely weakened state back then, so we should at least be grateful that you're safe now. However, his expression grows even more grave as he glances at the hetero force behind Han Ying. Your new frame was lost along with it, which isn't what we expected. It? She keenly notices the deliberately pause in Cervantes' words. One of the reasons I'm heading back to the church is that Sage left behind another key before she departed. This key might unlock a path forward, the future of the church itself. We still don't know why you ended up there. Perhaps the church faced danger and was forced to send you away. Or perhaps you were stolen away during the chaos. Cervantes pauses, carefully weighing his next words. If the church comes through safely, the key will need to be properly secured. But if something goes wrong, as long as we still hold on to this future, there's a chance to make things right. Honeying closes her eyes to the children's laughter in her ears fades in the depths of the memory buffer. She's still unaware of the purpose of the key that Cervantes speaks of, but the weight of the future is already too clear. It happened so suddenly. We never anticipated such an accident. Although the key is equipped with the locator, its coordinates haven't been updated in a long time. Its last known location is near you, so I'll leave the search in your hands. Once I check things out of the church, I'll head your way as soon as I can. These coordinates, they're unusually far from my position. What's at the location? It's Teslovsky Aerospace City. Justice served her ties with the church at that location. Oh. No, that was the hangman. Justice? Oh, you mean that mechanoid named Veronica? Now, correct me if I'm wrong, is Veronica the commandant for Scarab, or is that for Suela? Arcania mentioned that she was supposed to bring back the previous hangman, but after reporting their death, she never returned. Yeah, Veronica's always been on one to act at her own accord. Neither? Which one am I thinking of then? Who's the leader of the Scarab then? I know it started with a V, didn't it? Her last known coordinates were updated near Aerospace City. The signal was lost. Could something have happened to her? She cut off the connection. Valera. Oh, well, I butchered that shit then. I was way off then. I knew it started with a V, but I was way off. Okay, hold on. She cut off the connection herself and never returned to the church. Even though a lot of our fellow members wanted to push for Veronica's excommunication, Mother has been quite lenient with her. We suspect she cut off the signal because of what happened to the previous hangman. You mean our fellow member who perished on their very first day at the church? Yes. Veronica only reported the death as the previous hangman, but no one knows the details in any case. Just be careful. The situation within the church remains unclear, and the important items entrusted by Sage are still missing. A hint of wariness shows on Cervantes' eyes. How are you adapting to the new frame? Though we had to rush its activation, Xavier's design should work just fine. The compatibility is fine, but when the new frame activated, I think I had a nightmare. A nightmare? Oh, that's quite odd. That is quite an odd occurrence. Your incubation pod, the cocoon, shapes the frame accordingly to the user's thoughts. Given your personality, you want to fabricate fears out of nothing. Perhaps there was already an issue with the Grey Tower's data at that time. Back then, you switched frames. The Grey Tower was also linked to the cocoon for computing support. Your nightmares might be related to the Grey Tower's anomaly. Have you noticed anything unusual? Reactions from your frame since then? I've run a self-diagnosis on my frame. Everything seems fine, but some memories in my buffer are missing. It's like sinking into an ocean of thick ink. She desperately tries to reaching out, yet her fingers grab nothing but darkness. Even feel itself drowns in the abyss. The water surface suddenly sparkles. That light, it guided me as if it floated toward the surface. Back then, it seemed to keep slipping away from me, yet that connection we shared. It felt so warm. Oh shit, what are we doing here? I wasn't expecting us to be into this. Wasn't expect. I mean, I ain't mad. I ain't mad that we here, but I was not expecting us to be here. Commandant? She looks over with concern.
An unknown signal just tried to connect to my mind beacon.
I see now.
Your mind beacon? I didn't notice anything abnormal just now.
After reviewing all the data, Liv asks again.
Are you feeling alright, Commandant?
I didn't force a connection. Just followed along with the beacon.
We should do another checkup once we've settled down in the city.
Liv responds in a soft voice. I think you did ask me if Skiken was a part of the stories before for your short films. Yes, I did. I did ask. I asked I don't know. I don't remember what chapter it was when I asked. I know it was probably. I think it was probably towards the end. But I did ask if we were a part of these chapters, like the floating records specifically, because we weren't a part of any of the floating records way back until what's his name? Noctis's chapter. We didn't get introduced to the floating we were not introduced into the floating records until Noctis's chapter, and then we were ever so slightly started integrating into them. So it's crazy that we're now a part of them on the daily routine. Was not expecting that. So it is interesting that we are on these floating records. We were in Bridget's. We're now in Han Ying's. That does beg the question if we are in Wan Chi's chapter. Commandant is in this one and the next one too for Wan Chi, but it's more minimal there. Okay, so we play a role in this chapter. Whether we play a significant role or not is yet to be seen. And then for Wan Chi's chapter, we are there, but it's minimal. So, okay. Does put a perspective on what I do need to do for the short films coming up then. For this next short film that's coming up with Bridget, I already got that one on. That one's going to be on lock. Take that back. The next short film after the one I'm currently making on. So I've got a couple short films I got to get up then. But it shouldn't be too hard for me to get out. Now that I'm taking my time working on the back ends of things for content, still doing everything that I need to do. So okay, good to know that we are in these chapters moving forward. Just makes it more short films to come out. Okay, there we go.
Don't worry about it too much, Liv. Everything should be fine.
She checks all the data again, confirming there are no abnormalities before moving forward.
What about that mechanoid?
We haven't lost him. He's just up ahead. We're far enough away that even a mechanoid won't catch our conversation. But can we really follow him through this minefield into the aerospace city?
Probably.
According to what Rosetta told you earlier, the awakened machines from Aerospace City set up this minefield, so an awakened machine from there should know how to navigate it through it. Even though you don't know what awaits you inside Aerospace City, getting there is your top priority right now.
Liv gives a gentle nod.
Her eyes fixed on the target ahead. Transversing through the snow-laden forest, the narrow snowy path unfolds like a grand scroll, revealing the breathtaking vista at this forest edge. Though the sea of trees, the silhouette of the city begins to take shape in the distance. Okay, you're new. Don't know who you are, but you're new. I don't know how I want to voice you. I think I got it.
The data strap didn't work. Something pulled her out of the data stream.
Can't stay here much longer, but I head back for now. That'll work for now. Okay. We are going to do episode 3. And then after this episode, I'm going to use the restroom, get more water, and get me a quick snack. And then we continue on. Make him sound mysterious, but like a trickster. Okay, so kind of like how Lilith in this. Lilith is then for me. Okay, so... He has a sneaky kind of personality. Okay, so kind of like then so it's kind of like Deimos then. I need to have Deimos type. Okay, so it's gotta be like a Deimos type vibe. I got it. I know. I'm gonna do Deimos' voice for him then. Since he was kind of like that. Okay, here we go. She leads the forest guard to the place where the sun rises. Episode 3, Fading Signals. Oh, we're back in Babylonia. The room's occupant stares intently at the curved monitor ahead, completely ignoring the streams of data flowing across the surrounding terminal screens. In the center of the monitor is a detailed topographic map marked for the coordinates, a cluster of yellow dots emanating faint while white ripples within the deep blue curves, creating a few contour lines that quickly fade away, only to start again. After confirming the image, the young man's fingers fly across the keyboard as he cross-references and verifies the data. The work seems to have hit a dead end, his messages, his tempers, and frustration, but a knock at the door soon breaks through the stifling atmosphere. Come in. We're just getting introduced to new characters left and right. Okay. So you're Long. You look like you could be from Count Long, just dripping with all the green. Okay. I don't know how I want to do you either. I forgot about this guy. I don't know who the fuck he is. He's new. I want to say... I think I got how I want to do his voice. I've received a notification. Is it about the aerospace city, right? Yes. During yesterday's routine surface scan, we detected a signal south of the Kola Peninsula. It's an abnormal high-power signal. It seems someone is actively targeting Babylonia with a more primitive device. After comparing the map data, I've narrowed it down to the approximate location of the signal source. In that area, there's only one location with high-power equipment: Shklov Aerospace City. An aerospace city sanctuary from the Golden Age? I thought the corrupted had long since taken it over. Oh, that'll work for now. The high intelligence demonstrated by the hetero creatures cannot be underestimated. We must not rule the possibility of a trap. Anyway, we cannot just stand by. Asmal taps the table with his index finger, pauses in thought, then pulls up the relevant Dorsire. After establishing contact with Cao Long, they provided me with some new data. But Cao Long's knowledge of Aerospace City is no better than Babylonia's. The current dossier on Project Eden contains almost unknown intelligence. Most other records were lost during the punishing virus outbreak of years of warfare. I know you have the physical map of that area. Oh, nothing gets past you, does it? During the Golden Age, most detailed locations were only recorded on paper for secrecy. Though many were lost to the calamity, some still remain. Be careful with it. This is a fairy heirloom passed on from my grandfather. With gentle movements, he unfolds the aged paper, so brittle it seems that it might crumble at the slightest touch. The exact location remains unclear. Well, of course it does. This is one of our most classified documents. The map was created as a commemorative piece, specifically given to one of the city's founders. I see. We can only narrow it down to the general area then. He circles the location on the terminal's map. The activities of the airborne hetero creatures and the heavily contested orbital debris belts are interfering with our radio waves. Even with active tracking, we cannot pinpoint the source of the radiation. However, the radius deviation is only about 100 kilometers. That shouldn't pose too much of an obstacle for surface reconnaissance. Why do you have to conduct reconnaissance? Don't ask such a pointless question. Shklov Aerospace City lies in the far northern territory of Cao Long, home to the most advanced aerospace testing facilities from the Golden Age. It oversaw the launch mission of Dawn 3 spaceport craft and conducted the research, development, and technical verification of Eden 1. What if humanity can never return to Earth? A heavy silence fills the air. Didn't Cao Long conduct any further reconnaissance? After the Punisher virus outbreak, the Kowloon Science Council, under Chu's directive, devoted all their research resources to the Tabula Akasha project. Evidently, the pressure of preserving civilization left them no time to look for more distant horizons. As years passed, Aerospace City faded into legend, preserved only in ancient text. Alright. Is there anything else you need? I'll coordinate with the military regarding the Surface of Khan schedule. By the way, how's the progress over there? Long wedges the terminal between his forearm and body, then expertly swipes the screen several times with his free hand. A file cover promptly appears. Phase 2 report, Omega Weapon Control Experiment, and Frame Compatibility Research Findings. Asimov takes the terminal from Long, his eyes and fingertips tracing across the screen in silence as he contemplates the contents. I still need to cross-check some calculations with Hyperverse combat data, but this should work for now. Long slides his finger upward while holding the file copy, and the mail notification promptly appears on the bottom right corner of the desktop monitor. Asimov quickly scans the content before giving an acknowledging nod. I definitely look forward to the aroma of hot tea. Paying no mind to Long's contemplative gaze out of the porthole, Asimov opens his terminal and begins his daily work. Gray walls, gray furniture, and a gray atmosphere to match. The Mifflin briefing to concise, yet your fingers continue flipping through the pages, a mindless gesture long after finishing the read. You still seem down. Don't tell me you skipped breakfast.
Well, would you mind getting some delivered to me then?
It's getting pretty late anyway. Why don't we just wait a bit longer and have lunch instead?
Silica pushes her lips with a hint of playfulness. Oh boy.
Okay, I'm just kidding.
She activates the conference room's terminal, bringing up a holographic map.
Always the same routine. Gets a bit stale after a while.
Indeed.
Well, I'd take a repetitive routine over another Babylonia explosion any day. As usual, let me brief you on the mission details. According to the report from the Science Council Section 1, this morning we've detected a signal near New Murmansk, but we're unable to pinpoint its source remotely. Grey Raven is familiar with the terrain, making you the most suitable candidate. I'll have to trouble you both with the reconnaissance mission. Lucia is preparing for her new frame installation, while Lee, the bearer of Hyperreal, has been asked by the Science Council to stay behind to provide assistance to their research. Now I see why you guys wanted me to do the floating records first, before doing her actual chapter. Because if I did her actual chapter and then I did this, it's like, oh, I see now. So it's nice to get these floating records out of the way now. That way, if things go brought up in these chapters, I know what they're talking about. It's just a simple recon mission. You and Liv should be able to handle it on your own. I assume you've reviewed the briefing. We can't count on Kowloon anymore. The Arctic Mountain Union has been busy with the internal reconstruction since its uprising, and many documents about Aerospace City were lost during the conflict.
So they can't do anything about this either.
More like they'd rather not get involved.
Huh. What about the Murmansk port area? Can New Sophiasburg provide any assistance?
As expected of the Grey Raven Commandant, quick on the uptake. The Parliament recently approved a resource aid package for New Sophiasburg, so we've been in close contact with them lately. They'll set up the temporary base for this investigation. Speaking of which, there are some matters the President specifically asked me to brief you on. Silica glances down on her data pad, her brows knitting slightly as she reviews the information. What I'm about to tell you is rather sensitive. I mean, in the end, you still get the info, but I see many people getting confused because they alter the order. Oh, okay. I see now. I see why y'all wanted me to do the correct order then. So I thank you all for doing that. While New Sophiasburg remains relatively stable, the situation with the Arctic Route Union has deteriorated into armed conflict. The attempted attack did cause unrest, but such obstacles are inevitable during reconstruction.
Are faction conflicts getting more intense?
The scale of the skirmishes isn't large, but they're happening quite frequently. Aerospace City presumed location in the outskirts, an area that has effectively become no man's land since the virus outbreak. It's unlikely that armed forces would venture into that area. Therefore, what deserves more attention is the situation in Sophiasburg. The Forest Guard currently maintains a policy of neutrality and does not intervene in the conflict. They prefer to focus on their fundamental duty as protectors. However, this neutrality hinges on their own safety remaining unthreatened. If New Sophiasburg is forced into battle, those officials at the diplomatic court will certainly have their hands full. The Forest Guard is willing to provide guides. In exchange, Babylonian forces must not enter the forest area to avoid any unnecessary misunderstandings. Therefore, there will be a recon mission without backup support. Conflict remains the internal theme of the anti-tropic universe. In these wastelands, the roots of ancient civilization intertwine with the sprouts of new society, gradually growing into their own order. Perhaps forging a path through humanity's thickest of words and forest of guns proves more challenging than developing weapons and suppressing shadow creatures.
Since this is just a reconnaissance, we'll do our best to avoid any firefights.
Great! I've attached the transport craft like scheduled at the end of the mission briefing. Have a safe trip. With a brief wave goodbye, Celica turns and leaves the conference room. Upon entering the atmosphere, the transport's turbine engines take over from the fusion ramjet. The roar of the fan exhaust and the heat of the cabin makes you question whether the mixing of compressed air and fuel is actually happening in the cabin rather than the engine pods. Solid thrust pushes up from beneath the seats as gravity finally claims a hold of its aircraft. The tailgate slowly lowers, revealing a vast white landscape. The stiffiness disappears as instantly as the biting white cold hits, making it clear just how essential the Arctic combat gear really is. A tall, silver-haired construct stands before the cabin as if having waited there all along. It's been a while, Commandant Grey Raven. Liv. Good morning, Rosetta. Oh, have you fully recovered? Nausicaa? The memory of fighting alongside the Forest Guard against the tide of the corrupted still feels fresh. I'm fit for duty now, and of course, thank you for the medical supplies you provided.
Speaking of which, how are the things in New Sophiasburg lately?
The heating core is still under construction, but our defenses and supplies are holding up well. Would you like to rest at our camp first? Although it's just an outpost, we're fully equipped with all the necessary amenities. You raise an arm to check the body temperature, monitoring on your wrist.
No need for a break. Let's head out now.
Rosetta signals for several humanoid hybrid constructs at the landing pad to follow, then leads her guests straight toward the forest of the outpost edge. Temporary compound of prefab units and modular frames soon disappear behind you, replaced by the vista of fir and pine trees cascaded of high-latitude regions. Holographic beacons occasionally peek through the moss, their metal poles embedded in the soil projecting hand-sized warning symbols into the air.
Is this a minefield?
You're as keen as ever, Grey Raven Commandant. You should have read the briefing before the departure. That aerospace city should be somewhere around here.
Tiskloff Aerospace City.
Yes, thousands of anti-personnel mines from the Golden Age are buried in these woods. They're likely a part of the city's defense system. As for the new ones... Her words cut short as she raises a clenched fist, the signal for everyone to take cover. Liv quickly activates her weapon, powering up her Levi gun system. Your hand instinctively draws your gun toward the source of disturbance. Near a distant boulder, a human-like mechanoid paces back and forth. It seems to be searching for something, taking its time with no intention to leave.
Is that a corrupted?
It's an awakened machine from Aerospace City. Those new minefields and their doing, that area has likely been occupied by mechanoids. A bullet is already chambered and your thumb slowly moves to the safety. The mechanoid moves with surprising agility, its actions far from clumsy. Its sensors are obscured by a heavy protective shell resembling a space helmet, making it difficult to discern its full form.
A mechanoid?
Despite having seen the mechanoids of Constellia, it's still hard for you to imagine those little painters wielding brushes could take control of a city. So, even a Forest Guard doesn't even know the exact situation in Aerospace City? Indeed, we don't plan to approach the dense forest. Funny that Rosetta will be having more story appearances, but yet no new frame. Yeah, that's how it goes. That's just like with the Chrome, Kamui, Sophia. Who else am I missing here? Liv. Liv needs a new frame. She really does. She's the only one that does not have a new frame. I hope she gets one. There were no refugees who tried to cross the forest to reach the city, but after that, no one knew what happened to them. However, I've heard reports of people spotting those refugees near ARU. They were apparently sent out under the governor's orders to trade supplies. Before your arrival, I made a point to verify this information again and received the same confirmation. Aerospace City. Perhaps it doesn't reject refugees after all. So we don't have to take the risk. After a few minutes, the Mechanoid finally loses interest in lingering around and vanishes into the depths of the forest. Let's follow it. Understood. Even without Silica's reminder, it's clear that the forest guard has no duty to head into the front lines. Yeah, but Sophia is pretty forgotten overall. Rosetta will appear here and there in the next ones and again. Will she really? They need to give Sophia a glow up. Like, just be like, hey, we got you a frame, and you're not tiny anymore. You're actually tall now. That would be the day. That would be cool. Be like, wow, they actually gave her a glow up. No wonder she's been gone for so long. Sophia's that hustler. She wants that money. And she has the money to do so. While we cannot interfere with this conflict, you can always turn to me personally, if you need anything. Thank you, Rosetta. There's no need to be so formal, Commandant. Have you decided to stay in New Sophiasburg? Indeed. We never yearned for a promised land, yet heaven's gifts have found their way into our hands all the same. They cannot make a tall puppet, it would cause mind deviation. What? Really? What? Really? I will seize this opportunity, and when the time comes, I will stand by your side as a more powerful ally. The body cannot be different to what the mind perceived when they return. What? That's so unfortunate. Well, damn. That's why Lillian and the others remained as kids. Well, damn. That's unfortunate. Damn it! Oh well. That's unfortunate. Well, that gets a lot more clarification now. Thank you, Cassandra, for enlightening me on that. And for breaking my hopes and dreams. She takes a long look at you before turning away, leading the forest guard companions toward the rising sun. Alexi! Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. Hope you're having a good one so far. How are you? You're kind of like on the break. You're on the breaking part. I'm getting ready to go get me a water, use the restroom, and get me a quick snack and say hello to my mom really quick. So, I shall be back here in a minute. Yep, their mind has never seen their own selves as adults, so it can break them mentally. Well, damn. Well, either way, a new Sophia frame would be cool. Would be cool regardless. But that's good to know. Thank you for clarifying that. That's good to know. All right, I shall be right back, and then we continue on.
All right, I'm back. Ay! Okay. Let's see what I missed. Let's see what I missed. It's a 100% guarantee, but the more changes, the higher the chance. Really? Okay. So that makes sense to why some things stay the same then on phrase. Would be nice before, but it never happened now, unless they do the whole lore out the window. True. Karenina once asked, "Did she really?" There was probably no. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. She wanted bigger boobo, but did not get him. Did not get the bigger boobos. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's continue on with the next episode. Okay, here we go. Episode 4, Tomb Passage. Oh wow, so we got three got to do. Hey, this is for you, lady from Kalong. Forgot to switch it to the game scene, my fault. She rummages under the seat for a while before pulling out a rifle, a makeshift weapon she cobbled together from various parts looking barely functional. Judging by your moves earlier, you should know how to handle this. We might face more attacks on the way, so you can just borrow it for now. Thank you. The woman in dancer's attire gives a graceful nod, taking the rifle and checks the chamber by pulling back the ejection port. To the soldiers, this is quite an unusual sight. Curiosity springs among them, hidden beneath the transport vehicle's heavy armor. They're like, wow, a dancer knows how to use a gun? Hiding in a transport to get here. You're trying to find your way into the aerospace city too, aren't you? Why do you want to go to the city? Do you have a family or friends there? Stay alert, this isn't the time for chit-chat. The excited girl pays no mind to the veteran's warning, but she pulls out a palm-sized object from her tactical vest. She hesitates, then repeatedly presses her thumb against the crumpled foil wrapper, as if the gesture alone could somehow smooth out all the wrinkles. I like Karenina as she is. She's got very good proportions. Among us, Nani? 12k gallons of milk stored in Hanyang. Yeah. Oh, Among. Oh, I see what you mean now. I see what you mean now. My fault. You had me bamboozled for a minute, but I know what you're talking about. You were a huge help during that battle just now. I got in exchange for working night shifts at the landfill outside the city for a week. Although it looks a bit shabby, I swear I haven't opened it. It's brand new dark chocolate. The veteran shakes his head slightly, a resigned expression in his face, but he doesn't seem genuinely agitated. I'm glad you got it. Hey, hey, we are respectable gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. You don't have to. It's fine, really. Sure, it's valuable, but it's not that rare. I've got more, so take it. You must have a lot of energy, too. Don't be shy, just take it, okay? Well, thanks. Hanyan accepts the gift, lowering her head to read the packaging description. Coca and sugar, while useless as energy sources for a mechanoid, stand as proof of human kindness. You mentioned exchange earlier. What do you mean? Do people in Aerospace City need to barter for supplies? Upon hearing Han Ying's word, the veteran beside her steadies himself, using his rifle to support to stand up straight. You don't know. Seeing the confusion in Han Ying's face, the veteran sighs heavily.
I thought you were working with those mechanoids, but now I see you really don't know what's going on at all.
The young soldier's friendly demeanor seems to affect the veteran, making him relax his guard a bit. I don't need chocolate for energy, but for the taste, so go ahead, Onion. Yeah, what do you say? Have at it. Have at it. If I'm going for chocolate, I'm going for those crunches. Those crunches chocolate bars go fucking crazy. And then if I want a little bit more flavor, I get Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
Judging by your attire, you must be sent by Cao Long.
Yes, I am affiliated with Cao Long.
She doesn't quite understand why these people are so hostile toward mechanoids. Her logical calculations tell her that now is not the right time to reveal her identity as one.
So Cao Long finally remembered to send help. We've got some serious fighting skills, that's clear enough, but for reinforcements, is it really just you?
I'm less of a reinforcement and more of a scout.
Not being one for deception, she can only try to play along with the veteran's line of thought.
A scout? What, come to check if we're already dead yet?
Sorry.
Though not responsible for their situation, she can still hear the weariness in the veteran's voice. Perhaps they've been waiting far too long for someone to apologize.
Forget it. I won't give you a hard time, young lady.
Exactly. Doesn't matter if she doesn't need to eat it. Just for the taste, it's worth to eat. It is true. It is worth to eat. It is worth to eat. If only they could taste. Well, they can taste, can't they? It just doesn't do nothing for them. I always say they can taste, but it doesn't do nothing for them. So just taste it, Han Ying. It's good. It's milk chocolate too. She cooks regularly.
Does she really?
She cooks. She cooks regularly. Now I cook. I cook my own stuff. All right. I still gotta learn how to make some stuff on the grill. But give me a pan, or you give me some stuff in the oven. I'll cook some good stuff up. But that's the only thing that's in my repertoire. The only things in my repertoire that I've got to hone and begin are grilling and baking. Everything else I can do pretty well. Well, everything else I can do fairly well for me to be able to eat it.
So, what's the situation in the city right now?
Weren't you listening? She's just like she said. You work, you get food. Simple as that. Here, humans aren't the ones making the rules anymore.
Humans aren't the one making the rules? It all happened a long time ago.
The young soldier fumbles for the right words while the veteran beside her lets out another weary sigh.
Ever since that spiky-head mechanoid appeared out of nowhere, the city has no longer been ours. She hijacked the central control system and incited the mechanoids to rebel. The seniors say the city organized many armed counterattacks, but there's no way humans can stand up to those metal chunks.
The young soldier lowers her head, seemingly unsure about recounting history as she never experienced firsthand.
Back when this place was a research hub, the soldiers actually had the easiest job around. I mean, who dare cause trouble when even our location was top secret?
You work, you get food, no way a job scare. Such is the way of life.
But after that incident broke out under Spikehead's leadership, that mechanoid executed the former research director, then Spikehead installed a traitor as the governor and firmly took control of the city.
And then...
This kind of environment doesn't feel unfamiliar to Han Ying from the past.
Then those mechanoids started tormenting everyone there with their 24/7 non-stop work demands, forcing people to rack up work hours in exchange for food, clothing, and other necessities.
You get paid survival. Yeah, I was gonna say you get paid survival at Aerospace City. You want food, you work. You want a weapon, you work. You want home, you work.
They could have cared less about the elderly or children if you don't make the work hours and you starve to death. Who would have thought that we'd end up fighting on our own mechanoids?
Han Ying freezes at the mention of these twisted laws. Her left hand instinctively touches her neck, though the stinging electrical currents are no longer here. Unlike physical scars that can be forced away, these better memories aren't so easily shed. The promise shared between only her and that girl, forever trapped in the miles that could never be achieved. At last, they bid farewell to the dust of time and embarked on the new journey. Whoa, I don't remember that picture.
Sage, the church, the street vendors, and their bustling crowds, everything continues to move forward. Yet time is a cruel circle, leading her once again toward the same tragedy.
My spike-haired mechanoid. From the description, it sounded like an outsider too. Could it be Veronica?
Have we seen Veronica? Or have I just heard her in name? Also, I really like her eye color. Fits her well.
Anyway, life on the city might be tough, but at least it's better than being outside, not knowing where your next meal will come from.
Another sigh from the veteran pulls Hanying stops back to the cramped carriage.
Does Cao Long have the same plans? Will they send more soldiers to take back Aerospace City? It used to be such an important aerospace base.
I've never seen what Kowloon looks like. Is it similar to Aerospace City? Well, Kowloon is...
Before she can answer, a sudden impact cuts through the lively atmosphere in the carriage.
The binds.
You probably not, because you don't do challenges in the game or anything. But she's a common boss in the challenges. Oh, okay. Well then I've never seen her then. So this will be the first time for me seeing her when we do see her. Like I said, I like to be surprised by the bosses in the chapters, because when I did the Phantom Pain Cage and I did like the actual like advanced Phantom Pain Cage, I was like, oh yeah, we ain't gonna do this. We ain't gonna be looking at these bosses. I don't even know who these bosses are, and I'm not gonna be looking at them now. So I wanted to just back away from that. The sudden crisis put an abrupt end to the casual conversation.
Enemy attack incoming! Take cover! Gunners at the ready!
The previous laid-back veteran now displays his sharp professional instincts, coordinating the soldiers inside the vehicle as they ready themselves for combat. The young girl in combat gear sheds her innocent demeanor, skillfully climbing onto the rotating mounting gun of the turret and positioning herself halfway through the roof hatch. Being a mechanoid naturally immune to gunfire noise, Hanying doesn't reach for the noise-canceling equipment like the humans around her. Ah! A brief muffled thud comes from the roof first, the sound of a sharp weapon cutting through the air and striking something soft. The once lively figure suddenly goes limp, legs dangling, a warm liquid splatters from above. No way she just got killed like that! Hanying suddenly realizes she hasn't asked for her name yet. Oh, yo! High-speed chase? What?
Damn it! They're right on our tail!
Yo!
Use your machine gun to stop their approach!
Oh! What the fuck?
Rookie! You look
Yo!
trigger!
What? Yo! This is fucking awesome! This is fucking crazy! Holy shit, we're taking some damage. Holy fuck. Dude, this is fucking fun. This is fucking awesome. Okay, round two. God damn, we just got killed right off the bat. So what's the difference between this one and the other one? Is this more of a focused laser sight? And I like how Hanying's just like standing there. She's not even putting her arms on the gun.
Alert corrupted! Alert corrupted has appeared!
Oh, we can't even hit him. What the fuck? Holy fuck, those things are moving fast. Okay, hold on. I gotta lock in here. There we go. There's one. Can I finally hit you? Yes, I can.
No.
Uh-oh, I fucked up.
No.
Hey.
Damn it! Is this the end for me?
Can we fight?
No.
There we go.
I need this station.
Hey.
Hang on, everyone.
Oh.
How did you?
Wind.
All vehicles, step on it!
Ow. Can I not? There we go. Ooh, I like the music. Did I not get over there? Oh, I have to kill her first. Okay.
I must find my freedom again.
There we go.
Where in despair?
Is that all of them? Nope, still got one more.
Where in despair?
Hey, get out of here.
The corrupted have boarded the convoy. We need backup.
Don't worry, I got you. I'm right here. Wait. Ah, get out of here. This is really good gameplay. I really like this car fight scene.
Where in despair?
Okay, what the fuck? The fact that I can't use my little...
Watch out!
Hey! Oh, okay!
You can't hold on much longer.
Whee!
Forward!
Okay, hold on. Whap! Whap! Oh, I can speed up? Hell yeah, I didn't know I can go up more. Okay. Woohoo! Woo! Uh-oh. Ooh! Missed out too. I'm right there.
It's over.
Hey! Woo! This game is still peaked. The entire stream glitched on my end. No! That's so unfortunate. I'm so sorry. Han Ying learning from Commandant with the machine gun. I was just saying, just spray and pray. Hot brass casing scattered across the floor on the carriage, steel barrel of the machine gun glowing faintly with a red-blue heat. The battle against the infected mechanoids proves this new frame's absolute power. It has also raised doubts about Han Ying's newfound companions.
You got impressive skills. I've seen it for myself before, but fighting the corrupted hand-to-hand with such ease? Even the best soldiers I've ever trained couldn't pull that off.
Unknowingly, the few surviving soldiers gradually distance themselves from Han Ying, steadily forming a loose encirclement. Oh man, come on.
I'm a simple man who speaks his mind, so I hope you excuse my directness.
Behind his goggles, the veteran's eyes gleam with a predatory hawk-like intensity.
Who are you?
The rest of the soldiers remain on high alert, as if still in combat. The guns in their hands stay off safety. These people before her are all the only link of the aerospace city, but in that instant, the chances of negotiation becomes much harder. Han Ying carefully weighs her options, considering the best way to handle the situation. My identity and combat capabilities shouldn't be a source of conflict. The veteran soldiers lets out a decisive sneer. Either way, I did come from Kowloon.
No one doubts you're from Kowloon, but are you really a Kowloon born and raised there?
She's either skilled at clever arguments nor good at hiding her true identity behind lies.
We've seen those centaur-looking things. They're ones that are called constructs, but stuffing humans into human chunks of metal. Can they even be considered human anymore? They might look human, but if you're one of those things...
I'm not a threat to any of you. Han Ying carefully sets her weapons down in a safe spot and takes a step back, a gesture meant to show she means no harm. She has anticipated this reaction after sensing their hostility towards mechanoids earlier. But justice against the mechanoids naturally extends to constructs, those bodies aren't made of flesh and blood. Still, she has no desire to treat these humans with hostility. The chocolate in her pocket still carries the warmth from the girl who gave it to her. Han Ying purses her lips and tries to speak again. The forest is quite dangerous. Are you sure you want to waste time lingering here? Even though I'm not human, I can still help you with my combat abilities.
We wouldn't dare tell someone like you.
The veteran signals his men to step back, just as he's about to continue his interrogation. Static-filled voices crackle through the walkie-talkie, forcing him to put the confrontation on hold.
Transport combat here. We have a situation. What's your status? You've reached an ambush point. Do not engage. I repeat, do not engage.
Whatever the other party says catches the veteran off guard. Hunyan's sensitive audio receptors pick up the fragments about the governor and numerous mechanoids.
Copy that. Run away.
He signals to the soldiers surrounding Hanying, and they all fall back to their transport vehicle.
Sorry about this, but whether you're a construct or some new tech we don't understand, we can't take any chances. With your abilities, getting out of here shouldn't be a problem. But next time we meet, things might not be so peaceful.
He keeps his eyes narrowed on vigilance, only boarding the vehicle after ensuring all of his soldiers are inside.
What in the world happened in Aerospace City?
She can sense it. Beneath the soldiers' cold indifference lies a more dangerous brutality.
After that incident broke out, under Spikehead's leadership, the Mechanoids executed the former research director. Then Spikehead installed a traitor as the governor and formally took control of the city.
What would have been this part?
Ah! What kind of incident happened here?
What could have happened to cause such a drastic breakdown in the relationship between humans and mechanoids? With engines roaring, the vehicles drive straight away, their dark machine guns barrel trained cautiously on her position until they disappear from sight. She is now left behind by the soldiers, along with the hastily buried corpses of the dense forest. Just now, what kind of urgent situation forced them to leave in such a hurry, without even properly bidding farewell to her lost companion? After burying the young soldier's body properly, Hanying lifts her head to gaze in the direction where the soldiers disappeared. In the distance, the silhouette of a city is barely visible. Perhaps more answers lie within its walls. No matter what happens, she must reach that place first, to find the key Savanti spoke of and seize that future. Defeat the large corrupted, complete the machine gun sequence limited, including teammates. What? Okay. Alright, episode 7, Lost City. The astronaut-shaped mechanoid seems unaware of being followed. It weaves nimbly between holographic beacons, treating the faint red flashes not as warnings of danger, but as if they were forming a wide path across the damp soil. The trackers maintain just the right distance from the mechanoid, ensuring there is always cover within the sights to hide beneath if needed. As they advance, the vegetation grows increasingly sparse.
Approaching open terrain. Stay alert, everyone.
Understood.
Adjusting the mode of the Levi gun, Liv cautiously sends it out ahead to scout. The moment you leave the forest, the entire city becomes in a clear view. Why are we getting an overhead shot though? We should be getting a ground level shot. At the end of the tranquil canyon, an expansive clearing unfolds with steel battlements proudly standing at the heart amidst the mountain foothills. Century turrets spiral across the surface of massive walls. From afar, the orderly mechanical grooves resemble a bird's nest, but you know each recess is large enough to house a full-size spacecraft. Against a colossal reinforced concrete foundation, hundreds of meters tall, even the surrounding buildings appear insignificant. The structures on both sides resemble the ship's keel, firmly anchored to the ground. The towering, symmetrical supports its rise upward, holding aloft tracks that point straight toward the sky.
Here is Aerospace City.
Whew. Deep within the vast forests of the far north, humanity has turned the fantasy of the fountains of paradise into reality. A structure that reaches closer to the auroras and the Milky Way than any towering tree ever could. Oh, the Bifrost? Is that the name? Is that the name of the ship? This lost city from the Golden Age stands more magnificent than more glorious than the miracle humanity has dreamed of for 1,000 years.
We finally found our target.
This open ground isn't suitable for stealth movement. Let's hold position for now.
Times have changed, and although it's impossible to determine whether Aerospace City defense system are still operational, charging straight in is definitely not a rational choice.
What is it doing?
At Liv's warning, your attention snaps to the front, where the mechanoid at the edge of the forest started to move.
Is that a signboard?
The mechanoid doesn't rush forward, instead it retrieves a stack of flat, metallic plates, about half the height of the person from a storage pack. After unfolding the support frame, it drives the spikes into the soil. Repeating this process, several metal plates are arranged into a low fence-like barrier facing the forest.
I need to see my binoculars.
Each metal sign bears the same phrase, hand sprayed in red paint, a far cry from the official warnings from the one would expect in a restricted area. It's probably a message meant as a message for the refugees. I suppose this is an act of kindness? If the city's defenses are meant to keep outsiders away, what's the point of these warnings?
It's quite different from what Rosetta told us. Could it be an awakened machine?
We can't rule out that possibility, but we're too far away to tell for certain right now.
At the very least, you can be certain for now that this mechanoid harbors no ill intent toward the refugees.
Let's stow our weapons and try to blend in as we approach.
Are we sure it means no harm?
Liv still appears to have some reservations about this risky approach.
Rosetta's intel sources are reliable.
I think Bifrost is like a mass driver, right? Launching stuff and ships into space. I don't remember exactly. They'll explain soon. Oh, okay, cool. Perfect. Good to know. Thank you. Aerospace winds trying to mimic the surface survivors encountered in the previous missions. For a brief moment, you regret not taking those acting classes at the World Government Association of Art. But the situation leaves no room for such distractions.
Hello? Excuse me, but is this Aerospace City?
The mechanoid stops its work and your eyes meet with the sensor cameras beneath the space helmet.
Who are you?
A deep, steady male voice speaks, perfectly matched cautiously while watching the mechanoid's reaction.
Why are you asking me? Because we just saw you setting up these warning signs over there.
We actually found your way here. We actually found our way here by following your warning signs.
The display in the mechanoid's helmet flickers once, seemingly in approval of the answer.
I am Dimitri.
I'm Poppin' P. And this is Liv.
After a brief introduction, Dimitri moves towards you with measured, mechanical steps.
Follow me. It's not safe. The sentry turnet's fire control system won't recognize my signal, so make sure you stay close.
The mechanoid must have encountered many similar situations before. His movements, though the dangerous borderlands, are practiced gracefully, as if wavering an intricate spell through familiar territory. Liv quickly updates Babylonia with your location and status before rushing to follow the mechanoid. Look at Liv, always one step ahead. At the other side of the forest, the twisted, winding heterovegetation gradually thins out, giving way to a birch and fir trees common to these northern latitudes. Left behind by the convoy, Hanning follows the road's direction through the forest. Hidden mines pose an unexpected challenge, but her advanced sensors make it easy to avoid them.
Aerospace City. Veronica.
Could Veronica be the spiky head mechanoid they mention in that transport crew? It seems wasteful for a resource-starved, isolated city to have all the soldiers' rifles loaded with their armor-piercing rounds. The tense atmosphere doesn't match what should be a routine transport mission, and she cannot understand humans like those soldiers. Their indifference to a fallen comrade, they're reluctant to even properly bury the dead. This isn't like any human she's encountered before. Is something wrong with aerospace itself? Or is it something else? A sharp crack echoes from the other end of the forest, like the sound of a bamboo pole being split in two. But this is far from the subtropical environment suited for the bamboo forest, and the prolific minefield is clearly no place for practicing martial arts. A series of dull thuds follow in rapid succession, barely making desperate. The horse shouts in the background, its gunfire tearing through the air.
It's the convoy from afore.
Oh boy. The highway leading to the aerospace city remains the only lead, but the encounters along the way blurred the lines between reality and illusion. She rushed to sort the source of the sound. An eerie silence blankets the forest, massive trees loom in the black smoke, their needless swaying gently, trembling as if in fear. The stench of the burnt, rotting wood permeates the air as unsettling presence closes in from all directions.
It's all the mechanoids here.
Contrary to expectation, she finds no destroyed transport vehicles or human casualties at the attack site. Scorched metal casings lie scattered throughout the forest, staining the moss black. Fractured circuits burst from the mechanoid shell, and the neatly rounded holes marked with the traces of molten damage are unmistakably the work of armor-piercing rounds. The scattered mechanoids emanate monotonizing buzzing sounds as if struggling to return to normal operation, like the unconscious moans of someone on their deathbed.
Kowloon General Purpose Autonomation Machine. Tascalafi Aerospace City. She examines the inscriptions on the surface of the mechanoids, confirming that the origin of the victims. Clearly, everything before her is a result of those soldiers unleashing fury. That city-like teetering on the brink of total collapse. Han Yang surveys the place and searches for the potential clues. This is... Despite the physical damage, the indicator lights on the elongated mechanical structure still flicker faintly, hinting at the thought that once pulsated through the processor circuits. Han Ying moves in for a closer look and suddenly realizes it's a metallic arm buried beneath the wreckage. At the end of the prosthetic limb, human skin is faintly visible, pulsing a bluish tint. A human? After carefully moving inside the remnants of two mechanoids, Han Ying finds an unconscious young man. Despite her utmost caution, the man startles awake. Okay.
My head's spinning.
Your external injuries aren't severe, but I lack the proper medical capabilities. To help treat you further, please be careful. Your companions. She weighs her words carefully while recalling her journey here. There weren't any soldiers dressed like this in the vehicle. Could they come from another transport? The man opens his eyes and takes in the carnage around him. Lowering the hand pressed against the forehead, he turns to face Han Ying. He seems to grasp the situation, though a hint of confusion still lingers in his eyes.
I suppose my companions are all dead now. But thank you anyway. May I ask who you are?
I'm just a passing rescuer. You can call me Han Ying. She's unsure whether it's safe to travel or safe to reveal her true identity to the man.
I'm sorry, Han Ying, for you to see something like this.
He clutches his temple as the wound there begins to throb with pain again. Can you move? You need to have that wound treated before it gets worse.
Oh, it is fine. Let's head back to the city first. I can hold out until then.
That battle just now. Besides the person before her, there are no other human remains of the scene.
It's because of me. These mechanoids. They were all my guards.
I don't know how I want to do his voice still. I'm trying to get Dimitri's voice, but I can't remember. Blow looks slimy. Yeah, he looks a little grimy. He looks a little grimy, slimy, snaky-ish. I don't know if that fits his voice. Let's see. The young man breaks into a fit of heavy coughing, seemingly having suffered severe internal wounds. He looks around warily, hesitating for a moment, then speaks again. Okay, now I need to get this voice right. It's Dimitri's.
Pardon me for not introducing myself earlier. I'm Alexei.
Alexei? It's Alexei? Alexei?
I'm Alexei, the current governor of this city.
No, it's not that. Alexei. Oh, is it say or C? I'm assuming it's Alexei. Alexei or Alexei. It's one of those two.
Pardon for not introducing myself earlier. I'm Alexei, the current governor of the city. No.
Do pardon my introduction myself earlier. We could do that. Do pardon for not introducing myself earlier.
I'm Alexei, the current governor of this city.
I like that one, but what was the other one? It was
Pardon for not introducing myself earlier. No. Pardon myself for not introducing myself earlier.
It's like Alexei, but with K. So Alexei. It's like Alexei, but with K. Alexei. I think we're gonna do with the second one with
Pardon for not introducing myself earlier. I'm Alexei, the current governor of this city.
I like that because then I can tone the voice a little bit. So we'll stick with that one.
Pardon me for not introducing myself earlier. I'm Alexei, the current governor of this city. Those soldiers were humans who deserted from the aerospace city. They suspected me of being a traitor and attacked me, hoping to reclaim the city for themselves. These... are they all gone?
Ignoring his own wounds, Alexei's eyes linger on the fallen mechanoids scattered across the ground, his face etched with sorrow.
Some can still be repaired, but the others...
Even for mechanoids, a destroyed core means death, just as final as it is for humans.
Oh no. This is all my fault. Please, take me back to the city quickly. I'll find people to help them.
The young man struggles to his feet with Han Ying's support.
I'm sorry to trouble you like this when we've only just met.
It's alright.
The conflicting information makes it difficult for Han Ying to take a clear stance. She maintains a calculated silence, following Alexei's lead as they weave through the towering trees. No matter what, she has never let her guard down. She has never let her guard down. As they reach the forest's edge, a vast expanse of frozen tundra suddenly unfolds before them. The road stretched toward the horizon, ending beneath the arched gateway of towering city walls. Should have been me, not him. The majestic silver structure soars upward, piercing through the misty clouds above. The slothly aerospace city, once the Earth's gazing eyes of the stars.
Any further ahead will be in range of the defense system. I have an identification chip inside of me, so it won't target me. As for you, my guest.
By the roadside, an off-road vehicle with an aerospace city marked on its door is parked next to the guardrail.
Please, get in.
As they draw closer to the city gate, Tanya begins to truly grasp the sheer scale of the city. The city walls, studded with sentry turrets, cast their shadow across the highway, soon engulfing everything in darkness as they blot out the sky completely. The towering walls stretch endlessly as far as the eyes can see, completely obscuring the buildings that are visible from a distance. The off-road vehicle soon reaches the checkpoint, where Alexei's influence allows his unauthorized passengers to pass through. The mechanoid guard with ease as they cross under the archway. The city's interior finally reveals itself in full view.
Here we are at the aerospace city.
The particular expression crosses his face, pride and sorrow intertwining in his features. Hey, really like this. Really like the details in this picture. Really detailed. A small group of mechanoids traverse the entrance plaza with mechanoid precision, their movements perfectly coordinated yet devoid of semblance of life. Suspended atop concrete pillars and massive machinery, the ground-based desk resembles a launch rail in its immense scale, making even the distant launch towers appear more modest in comparison.
Just a moment, please.
The vehicle briefly stops at the city gate, where Alexei exchanges a few words with the mechanoid guard. After the guard departs, two small vehicles depart from the city shortly after.
I've asked them to help repair the mechanoid guards outside the city. We should also keep an eye on the rebels' movements. We can't let them harm any more people.
Of course. She offers a courteous nod.
Now then, allow me to give you my gust. Allow me to give my Gus from Kowloon a tour of the city.
Are you sure you're alright with those injuries?
Oh, it's fine. Dealing with the rebels is more urgent. And besides, I want you to know what really happened here.
A flicker of shadowy, unbeatable intent passes through the young man's violent eyes. Along every street, they spot facilities resembling residential buildings. Depilated little boxes hang from the walls and porches. These structures appear to be where the researchers once lived. The entrance halls, which should be bustling with activity, now stands in dead silence. No footsteps or casual conversations echo through the corridors. The empty windows remain devoid of any curious human onlookers. Stiff-moving mechanoids frequently pass by on both sides of the end of the road. They move swiftly, driven by their program to execute urgent tasks, too busy to spare even a moment of their lifeless streets of this dead city.
Just like busy pedestrians, aren't they?
I understand your analogy, but where are the human residents of this city?
According to the human soldiers outside the city, known as rebels, the city is not as deserted as it seems.
You mentioned the human rebels earlier, so...
Aha, no need to worry. You'll meet them soon enough.
The stories from the cargo crew soldiers are incompatible with the statement of the self-proclaimed governor of the city. The young man shows no rush to explain himself, instead taking his time as if to proudly presenting his prize creation. They arrive at the street corner with a platform-like structure stands. The Mechanoids dock their pull power cables from the charging stations, plug them onto the ports of their sides, and flip the power switches. Han Ying suddenly realizes what it looks like. What looks like a rain shelter above the platform is actually a solar panel array.
Have these facilities always been here in the city?
Yes. Every time I see these facilities, I'm amazed by how automated this city is. Those who gaze at the stars despite nothing more than the gravity of mundane daily life. That's why it's only natural to leave the menial task to machines. It's a shame I was born out of the calamity. I never had the chance like my predecessors to devote myself entirely to scientific research. How are things in Kowloon? Sending a construct like you for reconnaissance. Are they planning to reclaim Aerospace City?
Alexei throws out the question with nonchalance, adopting the air of casual conversation.
Kowloon has no such intentions, but we just heard some news about Aerospace City from the outside world and came to check in on its condition.
Though its deduction isn't entirely accurate, Han Ying finds herself secretly impressed by Alexei's keen observation skills.
Well, as you can see, their secret weapon won't cause any panic around here, so you can relax.
A decisive snort escapes his nose. Snort.
So, tell me, what exactly happened to Aerospace City all these years?
Oh, hold on now. Well, let me tell you a story.
As they turn a corner, he fixes his gauge slowly and begins to speak. Alright, I'm not gonna lie, this dude is fucking pale as shit.
There was once a professor who got all the students in his institute to the plaza one morning.
Is this a story about the past of the Aerospace City?
In a way, yes, but for now, miss, just treat it as a story of being told. The students discovered the lawn covered in orange markers, dividing the entire field into neat, dense squares. They exchanged puzzled looks, wondering what their professor could be planning. After everyone took the position in their designated squares, he addressed the student at the center of the front row. If I give you a number that starts with 1, relay it to the person on your right. If it starts with 0, relay it to the person on your left. For numbers starting with 11 or 00, pass them to the person behind you. Everyone now should follow the same pattern.
Sounds like a pretty straightforward math game.
Indeed. The sound of numbers being called soon filled the entire field. The students had no idea what they were doing. 2 hours later, exhaustion had to set in. Many students were sitting on the ground, some even lying down. They only engaged in their minds briefly when their turn was to relay a number. Finally, an exhausted student carelessly passed a number starting to 1 to the person on the left, then the left field in frustration.
Gotta go. Might catch you later. Hey, all good. Like I said, this will probably be the last episode we do, since these chapters are taking a minute, and I'm gonna need some sleep so that way I can get ready for work. So you're all good. Hey, we got somebody follow me. Who was that? You guys can join my Discord link on my YouTube. Just click that and it's right there. So, all good. Just like I said, just join the Discord link on my YouTube channel, and we can chat it up there. So, but Alexei, we'll see you around. Thank you for coming to the stream as always. I'm very grateful that you decided to use your time to watch me. I know time is very precious, and I don't take that for granted. So, again, thank you, and we'll see you around. Everyone else, we're gonna finish this episode, and then that'll probably be it for the day.
I'd say the game's over.
But not in the way the students thought.
He lets out a contemptuous laugh.
Next day, the smarter students asked the professor if they'd been practicing binary contemplation the previous day. However, those numbers were completely gibberish. The professor did not answer, but instead smiled and said a sentence in a foreign language. Great works are built by countless effects no one understood, so he translated the sentence for the students. The professor announced to the students that the binary code that had ultimately produced the previous day was exactly that the foreign sentence. Effects. Sounds a bit odd here. Maybe it should be another word instead. But the reverse reaction was one of shock. None of us understood that language, yet we still completed the translation. The professor smiled and asked, "Do you still think your past selves from yesterday were game participants were independent thoughts?" "I believe one if you made a small mistake," he added. That phrase was actually meant to talk about efforts. Then he turned and left the classroom. Alexei doesn't say anything more while Han Ying stays quiet. It's unclear whether she truly comprehends these intentions or not. The governor leads his guests through the lifeless streets into what appears to be a plaza. Before they know it, they find themselves directly beneath the concrete base. Even when they look up, they can barely see the edge of the launch track at the top. Alexei brings the vehicle to a stop. Oh, look. These are the foreign inscriptions imposed upon Aerospace City. He stares at the magnificent structure in the fascination, seemingly oblivious to his own injuries. Ever since entering the city, as if his wounds have been healed by this place, he eagerly shows Han Ying around his magnificent fortress, his enthusiasm evident in every gesture. Looks like a takeoff runway, but this one's built for spacecraft the size of heavy starships. Suddenly, she recalls that Project Arc files she once read in the Great Tower's database. The fusion-powered Dawn 3 spacecraft launched from platform A31 of Aerospace City. After completing its assembly of the International Space Station, it's gradually accelerated to near-light speed, venturing into deep space beyond the solar system. However, the Vanguard ship built by the Church was far more massive in both size and mass. With the space station long destroyed, there was no orbital transfer stations left. To make the Vanguard ship break free from the constraints of the natural laws directly from the surface, a launch method of equal magnitude was required. And back then, what they planned to use was a magnetic accelerated rocket for spacecraft. Carl Long's codename for it was Bifrost. Okay, what? Okay, So Bifrost is a material then. The researchers relocated here, carried out the science council's will, even as the world outside turned upside down, even as their dreams of reaching beyond the atmosphere faded into libelous whispers. They continued their continuing game without understanding its meaning. You see, they are no different from the students consistently playing the role of computer components. And the game is an act of mercy, especially for those mechanoids who've been playing along with them. We have given Bifrost a new meaning, a much more efficient way. Several transport vehicles are parked by the garage beneath the base. The drivers, shoulders slumped with the exhaustion, hop down from their cabs and call out to their companions in the cargo holds to begin unloading. This is the first time Han Ying has seen humans since entering the city. The cargo containers may have no markings, but they clearly aren't from within the city. Their shapes are too random and disorganized for a city built on standardized modular components, yet these transport vehicles are identical to the ones that carried her in incubation pod. This means the key is likely hidden among these cargo containers. While mechanoids are confined to the city due to the punishing virus outside, humans remain unaffected by the virus that rages through circuits. See, a perfect division of labor. But they don't seem satisfied with that. Their discontent is understandable, given the starving bread today, and they'll be deemed to stake tomorrow. All the mechanoids want is a charging station, and you can still be friends with them afterward. The governor appears completely indifferent to how his fellow humans react. Indeed, the workers maintain an understanding silence. Some occasionally cast a surprised glance at Han Ying, but quickly suppress their curiosity. Is this what you meant by the new meaning of Bifrost? Just endless labor to wear down humans' will? Of course not. This magnetic accelerator tracker for spacecraft, how long as Bifrost, its purpose extends far beyond just that. Alexei is so punchable. Alexei, he is. He's just that dude that you want to just sucker punch repeatedly. Like he thinks he's a Mr. Know-It-All. As for the rest, I'm sorry, but I cannot disclose any more details.
Everything encountered thus far has not been nothing of short of bizarre. There are no awakened machines in the city, and even Alexei, despite the composure, seems more like a massively crafted decoy. The machines have already established their dominance, so what is the purpose of continuing to allocate resources to Bifrost?
Could this all be her doing?
As the vehicle turns another corner, she notices a massive dismantling device fixed onto the wall at the center of the base pillar facing the plaza. The dark brown blood stains on the gray, white stones and iron walls are a jarring sight. She recalls only the marked time left on her old frame, the way the lone ship contained its passengers. But even the brutality of million volt currents feel the same compared to the instrument before her.
Any functioning system requires reasonable rules to sustains itself.
Noticing Han Ying's expression, Alexei explains with a calculated indifference. A mechanoid from passing information suddenly comes to a halt at the plaza, despite there being no charging station nearby. Its mechanical frame is wrapped in spacesuit-like protective gear, with sensors completely enclosed with its helmet. In the description of the helmet's crown appears its name, Dimitri. The mechanoid turns toward the dismantling equipment, its upper body tilting forward in a measured arc. She's about to conclude that she has discovered the singularity within the static realm. The young man brows furrow with irritation as he tries to dodge the question.
Just a common programming error.
At the summit of the towering spire overlooking the city, another witness observes this little ceremony in silence. Her attitude toward that mechanoid borders on contempt.
Just a low-life, pathetic act.
Oh boy.
God damn, this one's long. The eye-catching mechanoid slowly retrieves a withered branch and places it onto the dismantling station control panel. Han Ying recognizes the plant, its black crowberry and Arctic perennial. In the warmer eastern regions of Kowloon, its distant cousin is known as the azalea. While these flowers are often carry messages of resemblance, they were never meant for mourning. Yet here, perhaps there is no other choice.
She possesses no threat. No need to waste time on her. I'll handle this personally later. Come see me.
The governor cups his ear, then forces his features onto an awkward smile at Han Ying.
I have matters to attend to. I'll take my leave now. Feel free to use any repair stations and equipment you find in the city.
With that, he turns and leaves the plaza. Han Ying no longer needs this nettling guide either. She has found a more critical lead.
The previous hangman must have truly died, but there are likely far more awakened machines in the city than anticipated.
There is no time. As Han Ying passes through the empty streets, she performs an infrared scan of the buildings. While these tomb-like structures appear as cold as blue masses in the readout, these walls concealed countless heat signatures matching human silhouettes. If guns and firearms could be detected as blurred crimson shapes too, there would hardly be any blue left to see.
How can a governor simply turn a blind eye to all of this?
The seemingly lifeless city stands on the brink of being devoured by hellfire. She must find the key Savanti spoke of before everything comes to pass. Woo! That was a long chapter. God damn! Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's a good stopping point. That's actually really good. We don't know if we're going to be meeting Han Ying. We probably will. We just don't know when we're going to be meeting her. But yeah, that's a good spot for us to be at. We made really good headway. We are now, I think, never mind. We're 30%, so we're not even done. We're not even halfway yet. So we should be halfway on Thursday's stream, hopefully. Hopefully we're halfway. But anyhow, that's going to do it for today's stream, ladies and gentlemen. I thank you all for being here today. As always, I don't take your time for granted. You guys didn't have to be here today to watch me stream, and yet you guys did, and I'm very grateful for that, and I don't take that for granted whatsoever. The short film should be out sometime this week. It's going to be a good one. The flow of the conversation is going to be really, really good. I'm just going to say that. I got to get the visuals, color grading, and get some sound effects in there. But then after that, it's ready to roll. So, enjoy the week. Thank you. I hope you guys all have a good week as well. Like I said, this week is going to be different. It's going to be a transitioning week just because of me working nights right now. So the energy might be low now, but it's just until I can get used to working this schedule. My body can get used to working, can get used to the new sleep schedule. So it's going to be interesting. Do bear with me on that, but I am going to get some sleep so that way I can get ready for work today. And then when I get home, it's still working on straight content. So it's gonna be a busy night, but I'm excited for it. You know, it's what I do, what I signed up for. So anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, Thursday morning, 6 a.m., we will be continuing on Yink's chapter. Until then, I am out of here. I'm out. Peace.